Right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Here's our homework packet number 13 video, getting this taken care of. Okay. Do you need a copy of it, Nathan? Okay. Should I do a shout out for you? It's recording.
Nah.
No? Okay. Alright, so this is factoring. When it says factoring the trinomials, then we gotta use the diamond method. And so these are just like the ones that we've been practicing, except now we have a equals something other than 1. So when we rewrite our a, our b, and our c, I'm circling the 4 because that reminds me that I have to do what at the end? Do you want Takis? Are you hungry? What is b? If our a is 4, what's our b?
32.
32, good, Hasiel. And c is what?
28.
Good. Next step is to set up our diamond. A times c at the top. Some of you are already knowing that a times c needs to go on top and you don't need to write it, and then b goes on the bottom. If you still need to write it to help remind yourself, then do that. So here, 4 times 28, you got the calculator. Should we give it to Nathan? Or should I do it by hand over here? And I'll still beat Hasiel. 112.
You got it on time.
32. Factors of 112 that are going to add to be 32.
I don't know.
I taught you guys how to do it in the calculator. You go into the y equals, and you do 112 divided by x. And all of your positive whole numbers, when you click second and then graph, all of your positive whole numbers are going to give you factors. Ooh, what about 4 and 28?
Huh? 4. Does it work?
Positive 4, positive 28. What's 28 plus 4?
32.
Yep.
32.
Good.
I just know that because it must be right.
X plus 4, and then x plus 28. That's not our answer though, because we circled that a equals 4. That reminds us that we have to do what?
Yours.
Excellent. So D stands for divide by a, R stands for reduce, and then S stands for swing if we need to. So when we do, let me scoot it down. 4 divided by 4.
1.
Good. 28 divided by 4.
7.
Excellent. Do we have to swing?
Nah. Nope. That's our answer. Yep. Oh, what's number 07? Yeah.
Number 2. A equals
3.
B equals
-2.
C equals.
-4.
Excellent. Circle that A equals 3 to remind you that you got a DRS. A times C, -15, good. B is -2. So we know that one of them has to be negative in order to multiply to be a negative number.
-5 and 3. Yeah.
-5, and what type of 3?
Positive.
Positive 3, because that would give us the what at the bottom? The negative
2.
2. X minus 5.
DRS.
Exactly. D stands for divide by A. R stands for reduce. Can we reduce 5 and 3?
Yes.
5 divided by 3, we can reduce that?
No.
Nope. But 3 divided by 3, we can reduce. Mm-hmm.
So this be.
And S means we gotta swing.
Yeah. Like if we're gonna fight. Just kidding. Right now.
The 3 goes in front of the X now. So this becomes 3x minus 5. And then what's our second one? X plus?
It's -5 over what?
-5 over 3, because that's our A value. What was A?
3.
Mm-hmm. Good. Numbers 3 and 4 are just like problems number 1 and 2. I'm going to have you guys do that on your own, and I'll be checking that when it's on your work. Yeah, you're going to still have to do it. And then this one, these on the back are different than factoring because this is solving, which means that we need to get x equals something. And it says that you can either do it by graphing, by finding the x-intercept, or by factoring. So I'll do the one mild and I'll do one medium with you guys. Mild, this is super easy. You like doing the graphing, and do you like doing factoring?
Mm-hmm.
So if you factor, this one is A is 1, B is 6, and C is 5. If A is 1 on this first one, do we have to DRS? No. So then you could set up your diamond, or you can go into y equals and do x squared plus 6x plus 5. If you don't have a calculator at home, I've included a Desmos link for you to use for graphing in a calculator. So, Haseo, when I'm looking at this parabola, how many solutions do I know that I have?
2.
2, because it crosses the x-axis.
Negative
how many
1 and
times?
0. And negative 5 and 0.
Exactly. So, pushing second in the
It's
table,
that easy.
we go into the table. We're looking for when y is what, Haseo?
0.
0. So, I've got negative 1 and negative 5. Some people like factoring, though. If you like factoring, then do the factoring.
Told you. Told you negative 1 is negative 5.
And if you were solving by factoring for this one, here your A is 12,
You do that one too?
B is 13, I'm going to set it up, and C is 3. And then you would set up your diamond method, but you would have to make sure to DRS because your A is something other than 1. Or you can graph it in the calculator.
12 times 3.
36.
I know. Not really. Boy, you're the one in detention at the school.
We're exposing him on this YouTube video, y'all. You gotta be careful.
Not really. Ain't nobody gonna watch it.
Let me get AJ in here on you.
Yeah, so is this like, it is 2 solutions?
We can see, so it might be 2, it might be 1. So I know it's kind of hard to see it in the graphing calculator. So then you push second and then table. We're looking for where A is, or where Y is 0.
Where?
Hmm. Where Y is 0? Wow. Ooh, it's going to be a small number. And so we can't find it on the table. So this means we got to do this by graphing, or by factoring.
Got him.
This is 12 times 3, which is 36, and then 13. Factors of 36. 4 and 9. Right?
Yeah.
That had to be 13. X plus 4.
I don't know.
X plus 9. D stands for divide by A. R stands for reduce, and S stands for swing. Sometimes there's got to be ones that you know how to factor, or because sometimes graphing just doesn't work.
Nope.
So divide by A, reduce. Both 4 and 12 can be divided by 4. What's 4 divided by 4?
30.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, 4 divided
4
by
divided by 4 is 4 divided by 4 is 1, but
Yeah.
12 divided by 4 is 3. And then reduce here, 9 and 12 can both be divided by 3. What's 9 divided by 3?
3 over 4.
Exactly. And now we have swing. This becomes 3x plus what? And 4x plus 3. Don't forget your equals 0. And this is why this is different than factoring, is we have this equals 0, which means that now we need to set both of these factors equal to 0. We have to find what x equals. So how do we get rid of this positive 1?
Negative 1.
Negative 1. 3x equals negative 1. How do we get rid of the 3?
Negative 3.
How do we get rid of the 3? By distributing.
Wait, no.
Dividing.
Pass it on if you know.
So dividing.
How do I get rid of this positive 3 in the second example?
Negative 3.
Exactly. This gives me 4x equals negative 3. How do I get rid of the 4?
Dividing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it.
Ooh,
Yeah.
really tight over here. Get your minds out of the gutter over here, y'all. Okay. Now we got medium.
See
So we got negative 1/3 and we have negative 3/4. Medium. This makes it, this is medium just because we have to do one extra step. How do I get the 14x from the right side over to the left side?
You should take. Yeah.
Exactly. Is there any like term for it on the other side?
No.
So it becomes x squared. Put the term with the x in the middle.
X squared minus 14 x plus 49.
Do you guys want to factor or you guys want to graph it?
I'm gonna grab.
Okay.
Factor. I'm about to see it.
X squared minus 14x plus 49.
Seven. -7 plus -7.
Look, is it negative 14? I mean, negative
We do DRS, right?
negative 14x?
No, because is the a greater than 1?
No.
No.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry. X minus 7 squared.
It might be one solution.
I put x minus 7 squared.
Yep. So x minus 7
It's
squared,
one
but you gotta
solution.
set it. Is it 1?
Yeah,
What is the number?
I think it's like
When y is 0, x is...
negative 4.
Well, this is only gonna be the answers.
I just can't, I don't know, but it's not
Look at the table when you click second and then graph.
I'm scrolling all the way up and then it pops up.
So when you look at the graph though, is the solution positive or negative?
My graphic does not look like that.
Did you graph it
Put it
correctly?
in
X squared minus 14x plus 49?
X squared minus 14. Minus? I thought it was a negative.
This kid. God, you're slow.
Dang.
Come on now, zero.
One solution.
X,
X equals 7.
x squared minus 14x.
This one
Well,
is
tied.
subtract 42 from both sides. 3x squared plus 15x minus 42.
Finally.
Okay. Oh, we're doing the other one too?
Well, I'm getting it set up.
It's over, kid.
Shit, oh, yeah.
So you can either solve it by graphing, or you can solve it by factoring and doing it as the diamond method. And if a is something other than
Wait, what?
1, if a is something other than
Like, you know what
1,
You know what that is?
then you DRS. He wasn't at school today.
I don't know. I don't know if
Then
we're
you guys
supposed
get
do
to do this one on your own.
this. Yeah, I'm not doing this. I'll do this later.